Mike Jones here with Ken's. We got a brand new show. My brother and I own Ken's Stereo Junction, one in Warner Robins, right there by Home Goods, and one by the Amphitheater in Macon. And since 1978, we've been making you sound good and look good. You're gonna love this show. Let's get inside and check it all out.
Real Georgia's #1 sight and sound source. Go to Ken's.
All right, in our Macon and our Warner Robins location, we have these big booths that do all the 12 volts. So, radios and amplifiers, speakers and subwoofers, and we keep a lot of inventory in place to be able to serve you. So if you're just walking in ready to buy a system, or you want to plan a big system that you'll let us have over a period of time to build it for you, we have all of those people in place to do that. Now, when it comes to radios, we talk about these on a monthly basis. They change a lot. So when it comes to basic AM, FM radios, you can get a CD player or no CD player, depending if you're old school like myself or you're not. They both will come with an input for your thumb drive, and they both will come with a way to play Bluetooth. Now, the Bluetooth works for your music on your phone, and the Bluetooth works so that you can speak wirelessly without holding your phone in your hand, because you're not supposed to do that riding down the road, even though I see a lot of people doing it. I've tried myself not to ever put that thing in my hand. I don't want to be the reason for an accident. But anyway, so $199 in that ballpark for basic head units. There's Sony. Now, the blessing of the Sony is the Sony comes in a marine grade. So whether you're doing a boat or whether you're doing an ATV and you don't want to just do a single module, you like the little small square things you've seen us do a lot of times, you can do this and still get AM, FM radio. You can add XM, a CD player, and it's a marine grade radio, and we can even get a cover for it if you choose to, anywhere from $249 and up. So it's really inexpensive to put a radio in your car if your car is pre-screen hanging on top of the dash, because of that. When it comes to screens, a lot of screens, 7-inch, 8-inch, 9-inch. We talked about this 12.5-inch from last month that you can actually mount landscape and or portrait long ways, all different types of touch screens. Those are the floating kinds. And people like these a lot now because they like the bigger ones, and they like the fact that it kind of looks like the modern car without having to buy a new car. One of my favorite radios that we do a lot is this called the 4000 series. We do a series of Sony called ES. This allows me right now to wirelessly connect to my radio, whether I have Android or Apple. And you see that I have it up right there. There's my boy Demon Jones from Gray, Georgia, whom I love with all my heart. But this is simple. It's got an EQ. It's got a 200-watt amp. You can add XM to it for like $149, and you can add a backup camera. If you add the backup camera when we're doing the radio, it's only $200 versus $300. So consider doing that if you don't already have a backup camera. Question that people ask a lot is, if I already have a factory backup camera on my Chevrolet truck or on my Ford or whatever, can I adapt that to my new radio? Yes, you can. There's an adapter you buy that is anywhere from like $19 to $50, and it plugs in, and that way you don't have to have two cameras and one not working. It just works on our screen when you modernize. Kind of a neat thing to know if you didn't know that. Now, speakers are very important. Speakers come in all shapes and sizes, just because all the manufacturers, I'll never understand why they don't all just choose the same size, but it is what it is. So, 6x8 and 5x7s are old school Ford, some Dodge vehicles. 6x9 is very common size for anything from the Dodge world, anything old school, back deck type stuff, Camaros, Firebirds, stuff like that. 6.5s are going to be Hondas and Toyotas and all the Hyundai, Genesis, and all those guys. And what it is when you come in, just know that we have all of these sizes. For folks that have the funky stuff, which you don't know that till you pull the door panel off, but like old Corvettes had like a little 3-inch triangle that was a Bose speaker. They make an adapter to put a large speaker in that. We keep all of those adapters in stock too, to make sure you get it sealed like it should be. And that we talked about Dynamat, and there's so many things you choose when you do a radio. If you're going, man, this guy's talking 90 miles an hour, I get very excited when I do this. So when we get back over here, I wanted you to just get an idea. This is Sony's ES 6.5-inch. This is one of the best sounding speakers. I own a set of these speakers myself. I'm going to turn on Demon Jones here and give you an idea what that sounds like. The clarity is incredible. Let me give you a little juice there.
In the sunrise, I'm feeling good. Girl on my hip, you by my side.
What's interesting there is how good that sounds with just radio power, right? There's no subwoofer on in the room, and it has that kind of bass. Now, when you do that, you spend $349 per pair. See, I don't want to spend $349 per pair. Listen how good this sounds. Alpine Type S for $149 for two. That's for two of these. And that's the installed price. We do not charge extra on labor. And so the reason I bring that up to you is, let me turn Demon down just a little bit. The reason I bring that up to you is we're going to fit the budget. and you're not going to get killed on the labor. And when you do want to say, when you do have to spend money on labor, it's because you want custom, when you want your slingshot with 6,000 watts on it, or when you want, 418s in the back. I mean, when you do all those things, of course, that takes money. But when you just say, Michael, I want to put a radio and speakers in my car, there's no labor. You just buy the accessories you need and you're done. So go to Macon and go to Warner Robins and let them get you, I like this word, let them get you fitted for what makes your music happen. Does that make sense? This is what we do. I see you checking out the first receiver we ever sold. That was in 1978. I may have told you that story before, but a gentleman that bought it was in law school. He ended up being a federal judge, but my dad has had the original receipt, and that has the original owner's manual with it. And I'm letting you know, it's so cool that he brought that back to us. He said, the only reason I'm handing it to you is because I need a more modern receiver. It's not broken. That thing is just perfect. That's literally receipt number 001. I think that's super cool. So we're still Yamaha dealers today. I know you know that. We do Yamaha, we do Sony. So when you get into Macon and Warner Robins store, you can choose what receiver you want. If you don't want to choose the receiver yourself or the stuff for your home, here is my phone number. Probably Kurt's phone number will come up as well. The idea behind that is you can call us or text us or get with one of the folks that do our calendars and Macon Warner Robins, and we'll come out. The estimate is free, and that's a very important part of who we are. We design everything for you, and then we service it after the sale. Now, in the world of speakers, I'm showing you, you see how big this is. This was shown at Las Vegas at CES that our men went to get their training, and this is called the SV Sound Titan. It is absolutely beautiful. I have a picture of it right here with the grills off, and they have done so well with this speaker. I love this new design, and it is all about perfect sound clarity. Of course, they make the smaller versions and the bigger versions, and even the micros, what they call micro, what I call bookshelf speakers right here. We also do the Clip series called Reference, and you'll see Clips here with their grills off. And before you say, ooh, I don't want something like that in my house, a lot of people love it or don't love it, but they look beautiful with the grills on and they work. You're going to find anywhere from about $3.99 in ballpark for a tower speakers, all the way up to $12.99 to $14.99, depending on which ones you buy. You always want what they call timbre match, and that means if I buy this series, I want to buy the center channel that matches it, that has the same drivers and the same speakers in it. That way, when there's dialogue, it sounds the same as it does when there's action. And then rear speakers, you can do, a bookshelf speaker or a tower speaker or a flush mount speaker. We do a lot of flush mount speakers. These are the ones that go in your ceiling or in your wall. The ones that go in your ceiling being round, the ones that go in the wall would be rectangular. I have seen people try to mount these in the wall. They are not meant to be in the wall. They're not designed to be in the wall. They're not going to sound proper in the wall. They're made to be in the ceiling to mount like this. They are like a rain head, so it uses sound out that way. This is a magnetic grill, which is super nice. And look how this turns inside its chassis. You can rotate that around. So if you're mounted over here in the corner, this can turn towards the center of the room. These can be painted, which is super, super nice, and they come round or square depending on what your ceiling looks like, so you can make it look like you want it to look. I love how it just snaps back on and everything's together. Now, looking at the flip side of this, this is a nicer part of this. It's called a Pro Series, so it has a built-in crossover network and takes a hunk of power. Here's the blessing out of this. In-ceiling speakers start at $99. Start at $99, all the way up to whatever you can stomach. But the blessing is I have people say, no, I like tower speakers, or I don't want to see speakers. We have all of that to make it work for you. The blessing of that is we'll come out and design it. Let's say you're a do-it-yourself. I keep it all in stock. You don't have to go .common. You don't have to do that. You can call me on the phone. Michael, these are the things that you want. This is the price I can buy it for. Where are you located? I'll load it in my truck and I'll bring it to your house if you're a do-it-yourselfer, and you're good to go. It's just like .common, but you're putting your money locally in the Macon and the Warner Robins market, which keeps the world a better place when it comes to buying from local businesses. And we service it after the sale, which a lot of the .com people, you just have to go through all that muck. So get into Macon and Warner Robins and choose your home audio wonderfulness. This is what we do. In our Macon and Warner Robins, we have this kind of video type wall where you can choose sizes of TVs. TVs are 22 all the way up to into the 100 ballpark. 98s is what they keep calling them. But we carry Sony and Samsung. There's so many different formats, and people really, some people say, I just want the least expensive TV I can buy. Or some people get so caught up, like if you're a nerd like me, you want it to work. I'm a heavy, heavy gamer. Call of Duty is a big part of me, and I have to have that, so a refresh rate is important. So when you come in, we're going to carry from Sony the Bravia. now 2. They have a 2, 3, 5, 7, 9 Bravia Series TVs that'll be in stock. That way you can choose something that kind of works for you based on budget. So, whether, hey, I'm going to spend $549 on TV, or based on, hey, it's not about budget, I'm going to spend $14.99 on TV. But the blessing of that is I keep those in stock. In the world of Samsung, they make a 5, they make a 7, 7200, 8, and a 9, and then they make their series called QLED. They make OLED and Mini LED, and you're going, well, stop. Well, the blessing of this is we will help you choose. So many people will buy an OLED and put it in the living room and can't figure out why it's not bright enough. Well, it's not meant to be in a living room. It's meant to be in a bedroom or in a theater. Whereas when you go into a LCD, LED format, much brighter. And then Sony created Mini LED, and that's why TVs like this seem to be so bright in comparison, is because they have so much more light, but with the accuracy of an OLED. If all that sounds like mumbo jumbo, here's my phone number. That's what I do. I live and breathe this stuff because I am a super geek, and I will come to you and we will figure out what fits your budget, your performance desires, your sound. I mean, TV sounds just okay. You may want to do something as simple as a soundbar like this that's just a couple of $100. You can come in and choose one of those. I've got a Sony soundbar that's only $100. So it's worth considering just, hey, let me just call and talk to the Brainiacs, let them choose something. Now, we have our own installation crew that will come out and take care of you, and they do some amazing things. I'm gonna just take you out right now. Check out what my crew is working on right now. Check this out. All right, we do a lot of courtrooms. So when you're doing a courtroom, you have to have a proper video display. So in the place of projectors in these courtrooms, they did the 100-inch panels, which we do Sony. There's a Samsung NEC. And this is nice, and we have it where we can pull it away from the wall to be able to service it. Another thing you have to do is you have a jury. So I'm going to back you around here. So this jury, these actual monitors were in place before us. It was just a tad bit of overkill, but it does work well for people to have it on display. The idea is for folks to be able to see evidence, to be able to see video, to be able to see anything that needs to be showed there. It's important. Now, when you have that many monitors and this monitor, plus you have to have judge control up there as well. So this allows the matrix. The matrix allows me to do anything I want. So in regard to that, here's an Elmo. The Elmo is a reflection device. And what you do is if you say you want the Elmo to go to everything, if you tap that, it will show you, see there's my card being seen there. It's also being seen over into the jury area. The blessing of this is I can show a message here and I can show different there. So if evidence needs to be seen there but not up here, I can black that out. I have a way to play it. I even have a way for the judge's PC to show up there, see? And now I can show his, which is his is just showing their crest as well. Then you can also have on the podium PC, I can hit it and it allows me to mirror that image, which is his thing is right there because he's in a software control from this computer. So I have a podium here, I have another one there. So when I get back over into the attorney area, these are hardwired into the floor here that allows this to show as well. And I can go back over and I can just tap into anything I want to do. And you can do this now. The blessing when you go to a piece like this is, let me just pull this back around, is I can put anything I want at any of these monitors I choose from. Now, from an audio standpoint, when you go to the blessing of that is, you'll have a mixer built in, and this allows me to adjust all of my microphones separately. So when I stand here and I talk onto this microphone through these speakers, by the way, all the speakers are flushed into the towel. You'll see up there, nice and clean and simple. Those are the 8-inch versions of it. In the back of the room here, you see we've got a robotic camera. So we've got robotic front and a robotic back. The idea is to be able to zoom in and be able to zoom in and out, whatever you want to do, which they also do from computer control. All of this, everything in here is, I'm gonna flip it around. I'm sure you've seen a cutaway now of the rack that we did. There's a big rack back there that's a remote located down the hallway into an IT type area. But the blessing is you have control. The judge has his own spot monitor so he can clear clearly. And it also has what they call a white noise generator. I'm gonna show you that now. If they have to approach the bench to talk to the judge, but you don't want everybody to hear it, you type into your unmute this, and I have control over that. And this allows me, when you have that white noise, to speak up here. And I was up here speaking earlier to one of the folks. You cannot hear it over there because this sends a white noise throughout the room. When you're done, you just mute that out, and then you can go back to your other channels to adjust your microphones. The blessing of this is we can lock in all of this where nobody can get in here and mess it up, which is really nice because in court you only find out 5 minutes before everybody's in here. Another blessing is this, is even though this was kind of not done correctly originally, here's my phone number. The idea is they called me. We've done multiple courtrooms here at Houston County and Bibb County and a couple of others, and we're grateful for that. But the blessing is we took what they could use, the monitors and some of the microphones, and we put what they needed so they just didn't throw a bunch of money out there for no reason whatsoever. The blessing of this is backed by our unlimited training, which is a great thing. I'm sure you've seen a cutaway now of Jarvis earlier teaching a bunch of the bailiffs to make sure they had it all locked and loaded before they get everything in place. Next door is another courtroom. We also made that one right as well. So they are fully digitally done, and all the courtrooms work exactly the same way. So no matter what, they can call me. I can send out our lead tech, send Jarvis out here, and he takes care of it so you can keep the courtroom running efficiently, which is important. Again, there's the phone number. This is what we do. You call me, I come out. The estimate is free. We design the system. We figure out what our budget is. Then our guys come and do their thing. We did all of this installation in about 24 hours, and they are up and running and ready to do justice. This is what we do. See, that's what I'm saying. I have a big team. Out of 25 employees, 19 of our employees are installers by themselves. So that means a lot to us to be able to take care of you after the sale. The blessing of that is I have my own tech support. I have 2 technicians that do exactly that. Repair product, not just bought from us. So if you bought a TV elsewhere and you have an issue, we service that here, and that is the blessing. Is this Brad and Kurt, which is my nephew, they are amazing at making those things happen. So you may say, man, I don't want to buy another TV. I just want to get it fixed. That's what we do, fix. I don't want to buy another amplifier. I just want to get fixed. That's what they do. So we have tech support, we have installers, and we have product in-house. That is what we do, and this is what we do. All right, this is our slingshot. I kind of did a pre-show to it when we had it torn apart. We did another show to it when we had it together, and then we got super, super busy with slingshots. And so our slingshot went to the back burner, but we are back in place here. And this is a demo vehicle that's in our Macon location. We're going to transfer it between stores, but you can come in and demo this to get an idea how good the slingshot can be. Now, this is DS18. That is a brand that we carry. 6,000 watts of power, 6 amplifiers, 3 on that side, 3 on this side. And you can kind of see one right down there in the back side of the seat right there. And they're marine grade. They're made to be in these things. So if I get caught out in the rain, it's not the end of the world and I don't have to worry about that side of it. Now, speaker-wise, we don't have 2 speakers or 4. We have 22 speakers in this. So you have front and rear drivers here, one on the front here, one on the back here. They have super horns built into them. Don't you love these lighting around the gas filler pump? And I love the DS18 logo that flashes right here. And these are all pods that made for the slingshot specific. Now, coming down into here, you've got pods down here into the roll cage here, another super tweeter, mid-bass with another super tweeter, another 6.5 with a super tweeter, and again, 2 more in the center console with super tweeters on the sides, and you see the 10-inch subwoofers, and all of this is factory fit. So what I mean, now we can make it. That is not a problem. We can fabricate fiberglass, we can fabricate metal, we can fabricate wood, we've got our own wood shop, our own everything. All that's not a problem. But when you have it, when it's already purpose-made for the vehicle, it not only speeds the install up a little bit, something like this would probably take about 5 working days, so 40 hours, 50 hours to get it done. End of the day, we did a touchscreen from Pioneer right here that allows us to put in backup camera or XM satellite, and you see how clean and smooth that this works. This is the slingshot without the windshield, but you can obviously get them with the windshield. You see them both ways, but this works. Now, what does it sound like after all of that conversation I just had with you? Let me give you a demo. It is absolutely perfect in my eyes. I think it's just wonderful. Here we go. Pay attention to clarity, pay attention to bass. Good night. All right, so when you do it the right way, I see folks build these slingshots. I have speakers just like this all over the place, and what I hear a lot is some of them sound really good, some of them sound really loud, but not really good and loud is a very constant. And this sounds really good, really loud, and it is right on the money, and it's backed by our installation crew. All right, warranty right here in our Macon or Warner Robins location. This is how you do it. Now, this is custom, so don't get nervous. We do basic, just regular old radios in the dashes away. I had somebody say the other day, I know all y'all do is custom. No, that's not all we do is custom. Since 1978, when we didn't do custom, putting radios in the dash, and I'm gonna throw you over right now to a Ford that we just did with just a regular old radio. Check this out. All right, 2018 Ford Edge, and they come with this Sony system here, which normally has a screen up here. Now, the craziness is if you have to fabricate a mounting kit because the radio that's in here is super thin and doesn't allow us to put our parts in the dash as they should go, especially when you're doing a floating tablet like this. This is the Pioneer 3800. It has wireless CarPlay, it has wireless Android Auto. I love the fact that it's a floating tablet that sits right here. You can adjust the tilt as far as glare goes. But the blessing of that is because it's wireless, I can still plug it in. So down here you see the factory USB. We replaced with our USB in the factory slot, so they can still plug in to charge if they're not using the wireless features. Keeping in mind, again, this right here tying into this Sony system and keeping ready, the master volume control right here still works, which is nice if you like just an analog volume control. My steering wheel controls still work. I can turn my volume up and down. I can turn it down. I got mute button still works. My talk button still works. My track advance still. All my factory creature comforts still work, but with the better sound of the brand new radio, and of course the larger screen that makes it easier when I want to do my maps or my Spotify, you know, my Waze, my phone calls, all of that is built in from my phone. It just keeps it really simple to use. Now, time-wise, it takes some time because we have to fabricate the kit for an 18 Ford Edge, which clearly we did flawlessly. I'm so very, very proud of this installer, Chris, that took care of getting this all together and getting it all back together. Sound quality is spot on. I'm gonna give you just a little bit of a demo there. And the clarity is spot on. I mean, again, this is factory speakers, the factory Sony speakers, but it sounds good. It sounds really good. If you did anything, you just add a subwoofer later on down the road and an amplifier. So with this Maestro, all of these parts work from the factory touchscreen as if you bought it from Ford, but it sounds really, really, really good. Pioneer, there's a couple of different, there's a Stinger option in the touchscreens world, which you'll see on the new show, and then the Pioneer option, and then we do also a Sony option and Alpine. So just when you come in, look at the screens, find which one makes it. And guess what? If it doesn't work, there's a good chance we can fabricate it and make it work anyway. 18 Ford Edge, the new Pioneer 3800 with Maestro, so it works all my factory controls and Ken's, and this is amazing. We're about to deliver this to her right now, and she's gonna freak out. This is what we do. All right, we do, security cameras. We talk about security cameras a lot. It's very important, a part of who we are. I've showed you we do the subdivision setups where you have a tag camera, a facial camera, and that. And this newer cameras, when you do these, whether you do a dome or you do a standard or a bullet, and all the different styles, they come in motorized or not motorized. We can sit them on a schedule, where it sweeps a parking lot if you have a big area, or we can just put it right on the money. They have some new different cameras that do 90 degrees, that do perfect. They have 360 degrees. It's just an amazing world. Now, with AI technology, which some people go, ooh, AI, I don't want anything to do with that. But AI in this arena is a wonderful thing because of the way it reads tags, the way it reads people's faces. Now, right now, my son and my son-in-law, they're also in the business. They are in the Carolinas, in South Carolina. I'm going to throw it over to them and check what they are doing. This is awesome.
Hey y'all, Cooper with Ken Stereo here. Today we're in Columbia, South Carolina. You heard me right, we're actually a state away. We can do that for any of y'all. Today we are at Elmwood Memorial. We did 16 cameras across 2 different buildings. You can see both buildings behind me here. You're probably seeing a cutaway of some of the cameras. They're 4 megapixel AI person detection cameras. That's right, so you get notifications if you want, and yes, a place like this, a business, they also have a strong firewall. That's why we have people like our #1 guy, Justin Hobbs, who can get through that and work with the IT team. That way, you can have it on your phone or your computer. So follow me inside and we'll show you what that equipment's looking like. So now we're in the equipment room. You can see we have our live view monitor here. We have a view on every single side of this building as well as the other building, which you'll see in just a second. But we also have one inside. Follow me in this room for 1 second. You can see this camera right here. That way if somebody does try to break in, we even catch their face as soon as they walk in the door. So now let's go to the other building. So now we're at the other building. You can see here we have our live view monitor. So different kind of rack, no cabinet here. Mounted our monitors on the wall. That way if you need to move it, you can slide it out of the way or you can turn it. And then you have your mouse in VR here so it's still accessible. That way if you need to pull footage, if something does happen. Here's my dad's number at the bottom of the screen. Give him a call. That's what makes this happen. He comes out, gives you a free estimate, and we can make stuff like this happen even states away. This is what we do.
I drove there to South Carolina. The estimate's free in South Carolina as much as it is in Macon and Warner Robins, Georgia. That's the blessing of what we do, is we service it after the sale. Now, we stay in our footprint. We don't go too far out, so to make sure we can service you the best. But I'm in a network of installers. Like I just had a gentleman that moved to Texas, and because I'm in a network of installers through CEDIA, which is our certification, I could find him an installer in Texas that would give him the same level of service that we give in Macon, Georgia. So in the tri-state area, I can handle it. But when it gets that far and you have an issue, I don't know how fast I can get somebody out there to fix it, which is why we don't service that area. So security cameras, a wonderful thing. There's my phone number. Get my phone number right there. I will come out. The estimate's free, and we will get you safe and secure, whether it's just 4 cameras on your house or whether you're doing the prison and you have 120 cameras. That's what these brainiacs do to take care of keeping you secure. This is what we do. Hey, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for your time. Thank you for watching our show. I get so giddy and get so excited to show you all the neat stuff y'all let us do. We're family-owned business. I want to make that clear. We're a small business here, one in Macon and one in Warner Robins. Macon is right by the amphitheater, and the one in Warner Robins is by Home Goods, right there on Watson Boulevard. And come and visit us. Now, if you can't come and visit us, that's where the phone numbers come into play. This is my phone number and my brother's phone number, and my brother and I own the company together. We're the second generation. My first generation was my daddy and uncle, and then my third gens are our boys that are in the business as well. 25 employees, and this is, again, that's the way to get in touch with us. I didn't stop to get them. That's how you get in touch with us, or you can call both. I'll put both of our store numbers up there as well, so you can get in touch with us, and we'll be able to serve you the best way we possibly can. You can go to our social media here, which is going to be Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, constantly updating those with pictures and deals and specials and things that are going on, and that way you can do it. And you can contact us through those pages as well. Now, estimates, what we do for estimates for outside the store, which is like for your home or for your business or for your airplane or for your tractor or for your semi or all the things that we do, whether it be cameras or audio or video walls, all those things that we do, those estimates are free. We come to you and we design everything for you. There's the phone numbers for me and Kirk Cozy. One of us will come out and make sure that you get it all the right plan based on your performance, your monies, and all that kind of stuff. How do I pay for it? Well, you can pay for it with a check. You can pay for it with a big old stack of cash. You can pay for it with a credit card, or you can use our financing. We have no credit check financing, and which will give you 90 days same cash up to a 12-month, which that no credit check has interest into it. Or you can do with credit check financing, we can give you 90 days same as cash, 6 months, 12 months, sometimes 24, sometimes even 36, with just small fees attached, but no crazy accruing interest or credit cards and stuff like that. So no, we've got you covered for you to get past the money. That's the biggest hurdle, is making sure you're getting the best bang for your buck. Now, what do? Anything audio, video, and security, we stay in our lane on those things. We've done it since day one. Every person that works in our company is an educated human being to serve you the best possible way. We will never take that for granted. Never. I always end our segment with the scripture. Isaiah 41 verse 10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." With Isaiah, you probably have heard that before and didn't realize where it was in the Bible, or if you're one of those people that lives by that, like I live by that verse, and it's important because what God has promised is His timing, and we have to be in reverential love of God, reverential fear of God, reverential respect of God. But what that says is, fear not, I've got you. I will get you through this trial and tribulation. I know it's hard right now, but I not just will sustain you, but we will overcome it, and you'll be stronger because of it. And until I take my last breath here and my first breath face to face, kneeling before Him, that gives me great peace. And I hope it does you as well. Come see us at Ken's in Macon in Warner Robins. We have our on-site boss here. This is Jarvis. Jarvis, what's up, boss? And then we have another guy that comes to the boss. That's Justin.
Can I get a cheeseburger with fries?
Wow, what are you doing? Posing? That dude's looking for a man.
And I got